Good morning, Falcons fans. My name is Patrick Seals, and welcome to Week 3 edition of predicting how disappointing the Atlanta Falcons are going to be this week. Now, this week we face the New York Football Giants in New York in the Meadowlands Stadium at 1 o'clock, and this is our chance to get in the win column for the year. Both teams are starting the season off 0-2, which is not a favorable start to the season, but here we are. Now, one thing I know for certain, one team is winning this game. One team is going to get out of the L column and finally get into the W column, and more than likely, all the Atlanta Falcons fans are hoping that it's going to be the Atlanta Falcons. We face the New York Giants. Saquon Barkley is the biggest threat for us this week. Daniel Jones, he's a competent quarterback, but he has a hard time standing on his feet. Granted, he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league. However, that is not his MO, is to run the ball. His main purpose is to hand the ball off to his playmaker, Saquon Barkley, to be exact, and get them out of open space, and so they can do what they do, juke, and score touchdowns. Now, our defense has a tough task this week. Deion Jones and Grady Jarrett's going to have to get after it. They're going to have to be going from sideline to sideline. Grady Jarrett's going to have to be able to penetrate the offensive line and get in the backfield, sack the quarterback, and stop the run before it gets started. And we have the tools to do that. We have the linebackers who are fast and mobile. I've noticed this past week, that Fualuakan was changed to the Mike linebacker position, which is known as the middle linebacker position, and Deion Jones was switched to the wheel linebacker, which is known as the weak side linebacker, giving him a chance to free roam. Now, in order for Deion Jones to be able to move sideline to sideline, the defensive end, the D-line, will have to keep the offensive line off of Deion Jones, meaning they're going to have to eat up space, take up 2 tacklers at a time, so Deion Jones can roam free and he can do what he does and make plays. Because as we saw, he's one of the fastest defenders we have on our team outside of our cornerbacks. Him and Fualuakan, I play Madden a lot, and I pay attention to the speed rating, and their speed ratings are always at a consistent 90, which I see all the time on the football field. This past week, Deion Jones was flying around. He was flying in that backfield. He got a sack on Tom Brady. He got chop blocked a couple of times, but he was able to disrupt the game plan for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Granted, we did still lose the game. Our defense still held us in a position where we can play football. Now, we just lost this game to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers very, very badly, 48-25. It wasn't a good showing for us. Matt Ryan, to be exact, threw 3 interceptions. All the interceptions going for a touchdown, the other way spotting the team 21 points. Now, in order for us to win this game, Matt Ryan's going to have to make better decisions, make accurate throws. Offensive line's going to have to block. Cordell Patterson keep doing what he's doing. He had an excellent showing last week. Granted, he only averaged 1.6 yards a carry. However, he was able to make up for it by being a threat out of the backfield, catching the ball. He caught a touchdown and he ran a touchdown, so he had 2 touchdowns for us on the season. And as an Atlanta Falcons fan, I like when we have a strong run game, because as we know, a strong run game can take us very, very far. It can take a lot of pressure off of Matt Ryan. The offensive line is able to get aggressive and get up in the faces of their opponents, accelerate to the second level so the running backs can get at least 5-6 yards running. And honestly, I'm going to say it, Cordell Patterson should be starting for us at running back. I know Mike Davis, he is the starting running back. Everybody thought he was going to be the next Michael Turner, but I strongly disagree. Cordell Patterson needs to be that starting running back. He is a whole lot faster. He is taller. He is stronger and more athletic than Mike Davis, and I like our chances starting Cordell Patterson at running back. He's one of the fastest people we have on our teams. The announcers consistently say it every time there's a punt, a kickoff return, and I am strongly in favor of having a fast running back on the football field at all times. Now, the defensive line, like I mentioned, they will have a chance to improve. Dante Fowler Jr., he had a sack last week, a strip sack to be exact, got us our first turnover, and we're going to need more of that in order to win this football game. Because like I said, Saquon Barkley is our biggest threat to us this week. And even though we do have a good chance of winning this football game, let's not forget we are the Atlanta Falcons, and nothing's going to be easy for us this year. So in order for us to win, we're going to have to execute. Off the Smith, we're going to need better play calling from you, good game managing, no 4th and 2, 4th and 3 quarterback sneaks. We're going to need to be aggressive and get after it. Now, the New York Football Giants have not won a football game yet, so they're going to be just as aggressive as us, and they're probably going to be saying the same things that I'm saying. They have a very, very strong chance of finally getting into the win column. So, in order for us to win, we're going to have to be hungry, we're going to have to be aggressive, and we're going to have to just take advantage of all the weaknesses of the New York Giants. Now, I asked a couple of Atlanta Falcons fans what they thought the disappointment prediction was going to be and who was going to be the most disappointing player of the week. And I'm going to read a couple of them off now. Ace Cole from Atlanta said, Elliot, laughing my butt off. Bruh, Matt Ryan going to be the most disappointing. He can't compete with the times we're in. And that is a very, very good take. Because now the game has evolved so much, it's a whole lot faster. You need a mobile quarterback, you need a strong arm quarterback. And Matt Ryan has, this past week, he showed off a little bit of his athleticism, his sneaky athleticism, as you call white athletes. You don't want to. He's quite athletic. He says he's faster than you think he is, and sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he sits back in the pocket and takes unnecessary sacks. Sometimes he shows off that Aaron Rodgers / Mike Vick mobility, and it's amazing for me. Every time I see him do some type of, run, I'm scared for my life because I know he's a fragile quarterback. He's had turf toe injuries before, and I just want him to be healthy. Now, speaking of not being able to compete at this level anymore, the time's moving on, is a very good take because Tom Brady has not changed his quarterbacking style for the past 20 years, and yet he's still able to win Super Bowl championship rings. However, he had to adapt to the times, being able to have quick releases, being able to have better wide receivers with great separation, a strong arm. Matt Ryan threw a lame duck pass last week up in the air that Calvin really had to slow down for. Calvin really had to slow down to try and keep the ball from being intercepted. We need a quarterback who's going to be able to put the ball on the spot with a strong arm and with some zip on it. Like I said, Matt Ryan, the ball just flooded in the air and it almost got intercepted. Now, Janae from Jacksonville said, the whole team. Actually, I done determined if a sign is okay. No, actually, I done determined if a sign, it's okay to date a Falcons fan because he won't mind a little stress in his life. What Janae is obviously saying is that Falcons fans are very, very loyal. Even if it's a bad situation, we're going to stick with you through thick and thin. And we like having our hearts take us on a roller coaster ride. So she is willing to date a Falcons fan because of those reasons. And I strongly agree, Falcons fans, we've been through a lot. We've had a lot of traumatic experiences. The Falcons have given us very, very great anxiety. And this is something that we deal with on a normal basis. So get yourself a Falcons fans, ladies. They will stick around for you through the long haul. Now, we do have a couple of injuries to report on. AJ Terrell is in a concussion protocol. He did not practice on Thursday or Wednesday. Russell Gage is going to be a game-time decision. He also did not practice on Thursday or Wednesday. And I hope that they can make it out onto the field because AJ Terrell is our top defensive back. And Russell Gage is an adequate number 2 wide receiver. Now, granted, if Russell Gage isn't able to go, we still have Kyle Pitts, Jalen Hurts, and we still have 3 options to throw the ball to. But if we don't have AJ Terrell, we don't have any defensive back leadership. We don't have any experience. Granted, AJ Terrell's only been in the league for 1 year. 1 year is still better than no experience whatsoever. This defense is still getting to know each other, still gaining chemistry. And we hope to get AJ Terrell back quickly as possible. Now, the Atlanta Falcons added Dustin Colquitt, a punter, to the practice squad to work him out. Because for the past couple weeks, we've had a terrible punter. Our punter has not been able to give us favorable field position. The opposing offense has been able to take the field starting on their own yard lines and have a short field to score touchdowns. So we desperately need a new punter, and the Falcons are working out a punter. As of this video, we have not decided who's going to be our starting punter, but it's always a promising sign when we bring in somebody else to let the person on the roster know that you can't get complacent. What you're doing is not a good job, and we will replace you if you continue to perform at this poor level. And I like it, man, because like I said, I'm not a fan of the current punter that we have, Dustin Colquitt. They don't really let punters be Hall of Famers, but in my eyes, he would definitely be a Hall of Fame punter. And hopefully we have a better punter on our roster by Sunday. So, like I'm saying, the Atlanta Falcons have a very good chance of winning. Therefore, my level of disappointment can be a 5 because we have a very good chance of winning. Even if we play a close game, it's to be expected because we're the Atlanta Falcons and no game is going to be easy this year. But however, if we lose to the New York Giants this week, man, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to keep making these videos, but it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? If we lose this week, a lot of Falcons fans are on suicide watch. They're drinking heavily. They're doing all these things that are detrimental to their health, and it's all because of the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, they have all the talent in the world, but they refuse to execute properly, play good football. Matt Ryan is slowly declining. I hate to say it, but he is right before our very eyes. His arm is getting weaker. His mobility is getting even slower than what it was before. His decision making is getting worse. And this past week, he looked uncomfortable in the pocket. He looked very uncomfortable in the pocket. His feet was moving very rapidly, giving body language that he didn't trust his offensive line. He wasn't making good game decisions, good throwing decisions. And he threw 3 picks, all of them going for a touchdown. And in order for us to win this game, we have to stop making mental mistakes. We have to remember our game plan, execute, and remember who the Atlanta Falcons are, what we do. We have Kyle Pitts. We have Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is one of the fastest wide receivers in the game. Kyle Pitts is one of the strongest tight ends in the game who can also block and catch passes. So we have the weapons to execute. We have Cordell Patterson. I'm happy to have him. He's a tall running back. He's athletic. And he's fast. So we need to get it together, the Atlanta Falcons. No more mental mistakes. Get after the opposing team's quarterback. Do not allow positive plays. Penetrate the defensive line to eliminate the run game. Get in the face of the opposing team's quarterback, and he will not be able to throw the ball. So, like I said, my level of disappointment this week, I predict, will be a 5 because I think we will win this game, but the Atlanta Falcons will continue to play sloppy and disappointing. Arthur Smith's still getting accustomed to this team. My team is still gaining chemistry together. And it's been a lot of turnover for us this year, man. We've lost Julio Jones. We've lost a lot of key players that we had on our team previously. And they're all new to this roster. So they're all gaining confidence in each other, trying to gain confidence in each other. And it's going to take a while for us to become a cohesive unit and a complete team. So, my name is Patrick Seals. Y'all tune in for the next disappointment rating video. Y'all subscribe to the Comedy Hustle LLC Patreon, buy my merch. Y'all follow me on social media, Patrick Seals on Facebook, SealsMan93 on Instagram, Patrick Seals _93 on Twitter. I'm Patrick Seals. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm out. Peace.